out of the loop. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. So, first things first, let me put this link up. Let me turn you just a little bit this way. Let me put this link up for Joe. She's probably like, where is she? It's after 9:00. I'm just running a little bit behind schedule. Soon as I was about to hit the live button, somebody came downstairs. Hey, Annette, good morning. How are you? So glad to have you in the building. So let me put this link in and let me check my email. Make sure I know what I'm doing. So I'm going to put this link in for Joe so when she comes in, she can connect. You're out here walking. Oh, that's great. That is great. Super great. Yeah, I walked Thursday. And when I was at work, I moved so much stuff around that I was just like, Friday, I was in the bed. Plus, I was feeling a little tired. I was like, why am I so tired? Well, I knew that was part of it. And then also that injection, that 10.0 injection left me just feeling a little bit fatigued. But definitely eating better. I got 2 eggs that I was boiling this morning. That's going to be my breakfast. And let's see. Okay, this is Joe. Oh, okay. She did send me something this morning. Let me see. Should I send her the link? This is moving so slow. Yeah, let's see. That was, oh yeah. Okay, so how do I, let me see. Ba, ba, ba. All right, there we go. She can join either through the link or come onto the channel. Hi, Empowered Wellness by Teddy D. Good morning. So glad to have you in the building. I hope everybody is having a great day. You did? Okay. Annette says she did a live while on her walk. Yeah. I enjoy doing that. And it seems to be working out pretty well. And of course, I just ignore the trolls. If you empower them, they stick around. But yeah, so we're doing an interview this morning with Joe Sleep and Slim Down Journey, and I'm really excited about this. Some of you who know her and some of you who will come in later on and watch the replay may know her, and she's from the UK, and their weight loss journey is a little bit different from ours on the GLP-1. So I saw her over on, excuse me, sorry for slurping all of that. I just have to have some coffee. Absolutely. Can't empower them. They're like children. Yes, I love her too. She's so sweet. And I saw her over on Downsizing Diva. And here she is. We're about to come onto the stage right now. Good morning.
Good morning, Kim. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Are you getting feedback from me on your end?
I don't have any feedback. I have you both on my phone and on my laptop so that I can really see the comments. Mm, but are you getting
Um,
feedback?
I think it's because I've got too many things that open.
Yeah, yeah.
Trying
Once, go ahead.
if I thought I was going to prepare for every eventuality if it didn't work, and I think it worked, but I've still got all the other things open. So give me a second. There, that's better. Yeah, that's much
Okay.
better.
You know, every time I watch your channel, you have my jaws like,
I'm all,
woo.
you know what? I'm always smiling. I'm always smiling, just getting ready for these guys. Hey,
Well, listen.
Timmy.
Yes. And Annette said hello.
Hey, Annette. Did I see Hadjarine there as well, my girl?
Let's see. I might have missed somebody. I always try to be mindful of who's in the chat.
I think this is my
Um,
first time on StreamYard, so I don't know how it works.
yeah, oh yeah, Alonda was here too earlier this morning. She might be listening on her way to go somewhere. But
Hey,
yeah.
Lada. Hello.
uh yeah, StreamYard. I don't know how to like when I'm on StreamYard, I can post the comments and stuff like that. I don't think you can do that when you go directly live on YouTube. If you can, I don't know how to do it. So that's
No,
why.
I'm not seeing it where they can put the comments up on the screen. I'm not seeing that done just through YouTube itself. So I think
Exactly.
Streamline's the way to go, isn't it?
It is, but I've also, I've heard you can get more views if you go live direct to YouTube.
Oh,
And yeah, so
I
oh,
should call
okay.
you
Marjorie.
Annette. How'd you read?
Yes. You know what? You know why I call you Annette? Because I don't want to mess up your first name, Marjorie. And I just heard you say it, Joe.
I'm not sure if I'm saying it right now, actually. How'd you read? Are we
So
getting it right? Can I
that's
do
why
it?
I
How'd
say
you
Annette.
read? I always want to cheer it.
That's why I say Annette. I'm so sorry. I'm sipping coffee, but I had to like wake up. Oh, you're sipping too. Great.
I'm sipping too. I'm trying to do that thing where every time I see somebody sip, I've got to go and take a drink. Because if
Oh
not,
my.
sometimes I forget to.
Yeah, yeah. I was at the dietitian yesterday, and
Ooh.
but that's a video that I was literally working on forever. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, I tried to upload it, and it still wasn't working
Is
right.
that why you was I could see you was awake at 3 a.m. I was like, what is she doing? She's messaging me at 3 a.m. She's on it, right?
I know people think I'm crazy because I message people at all times. Like, I have students whose parents, like I tutor, and their parents might send me a text. And if I'm up or wake up, I will respond, depending. It depends. Sometimes I'll wait till like 5 in the morning.
Oh my good night. I'll wait until 5. I'm
Yeah, because I
looking
don't
for
want
a
to
wait
respond
before.
to anybody who's married at like 3 o'clock in the morning. There's just no excuse for that. Like
Mm,
that could potentially start trouble.
yes, yes. Who is that on your phone?
Who is
Who
that
is that?
old lady on your phone? Why is she texting you? She's a weirdo.
Kim, can I just say, I love your hair.
Oh,
I
thank
love
you.
it.
Thank you.
It
I
looks
go through this
lovely.
season. I get it permed. I get all kinds of hairdos, weaves, wigs, whatever. And then I cut it all off and start again. I've been trying to lock my hair, but my hair is too soft. And
Ah,
that ugly stage that I call it of locking, I just can't handle it. I've tried like 3 times to lock my hair. And what
that's
I
it.
should
The
have,
soft hair, it doesn't take quite so well, does it?
it doesn't. The first time I did it, it lasted pretty good. I just don't like that matted look. Isn't that stupid? Like that's an oxymoron. You don't want the matted look of locks.
That is brilliant. Have you tried the sister locks though? That costs a fortune just to get it done every month.
It does. I tortured my daughter until she did it, but she did like starter locks and put hair in it.
All right,
And
yeah.
yeah, as my hair started to grow, because the gray is coming in, there was a vast difference between my hair and the fake hair. So I
I'm with
couldn't take
you.
that. And then it had like
Yeah.
a little knot in the middle as it was starting to grow. So, which she tried to tell me.
Are you going to embrace the grey though? Are you going to embrace it, or are you staying colouring it like I do?
I'm trying. We keep fighting, but the gray keeps winning. You know. So,
I have to admit, I think the grey looks beautiful on some. I've just got a little bit of grey that keeps coming back here,
that's
just like
what it
this little bit
is.
there. And I'm
If
like,
if it would come in, yeah, but that little streak, that little skunk streak that I get, I can't handle it.
this
So
this skunk's grey.
yes, I can't do it. And it runs, it was in my family. I guess that's where it starts for everybody. Let's see. Empowered Wellness says, ladies, what type of coffee or tea do you have? What type of tea do you have? What are you drinking?
Well, I don't tend to drink hot drinks. So I don't drink coffee, although I like coffee flavour, but not the coffee of the drink. So
Mm-hmm.
I try and do like an iced drink. So at the moment I've got yerba, is it yerba mate or yerba mate? I don't know, but it tastes a bit like a green tea, but I do
Okay.
it as a cold brew. So this is just can you hear it inside? That's my little
Yes.
it's got the tea leaves in there.
Oh,
Yerba mate, I think it is.
oh, okay. I have Folgers, regular coffee, but I have a sugar-free creamer. I have a skinny syrup, and
Oh,
I have a scoop. I try to make my own hot caramel macchiato from Starbucks, and then I
oh,
just put some skinny syrup, the caramel flavor, and a scoop of chocolate cocoa. And then I
oh
also
my.
I have my Stanley cup that I just filled up with water.
Do you
So
know what I used to do? Obviously, before the injection, I used to get like an espresso of coffee and then
yeah.
put it in chocolate ice cream.
Oh yeah. Now that sounds good. That's a good wake up.
It was so good. But then remember, I put on 140 pounds really quickly. So maybe that had something to do with it.
Listen, I have been struggling with this weight since baby number one. And
Oh,
yeah, my all my kids are grown. So the
but
weight
then now,
they stayed and the weight stayed.
but
So
now as you think about it, Kim, that is not a fault of yours. That's the disease, isn't it? That's what they're telling us now at last. It's you went through having a baby, that set off your cells to do something quite different. That's why you're now holding on to the weight.
well, that's I hadn't heard of it presented that way. That's highly possible. I just feel like you know I grew up in an era where you could when you had a child you could eat whatever you wanted when you were
Yeah.
pregnant. So like I literally gained 60 pounds with my first kid,
Oh
and she was
wow.
five. She was a 5 pound bag of sugar. So,
Oh
so it was that was it. So my first husband, at that time he and I was very depressed. I wouldn't come out of the house. I
wow. Yeah.
literally went from like a size 12 dress, 14 pants to a 24 because I was always a thick girl. I was
Yeah.
175 when I got married, but he dragged me out of the house. He took me to the house, took me to the store. We had a store called Gimbel's back in the day in Philadelphia, and made me buy a couple dresses. And I bought those standard polyester shirt dresses that button down the front. He was like, "You have to get
Yeah,
out of the
I've got
house."
some of them. I've got some
Hmm.
of those.
So it just kept going up and down, up and down. Lose weight, get pregnant again, gain weight.
Yeah.
So
Well, now they're saying, I was watching Christopher and Lorraine on the Downsize, and they were at that conference that King Darian was at recently, and there was a doctor there, and he put it this way. He says obesity is actually a disease. You are not obese because you overeat. You overeat because you are obese. And it was like,
Mm.
whoa. As you said, because there's so many people out there. My sister's one. She's tiny, and she has not got this constant thought of food like that I've grown up with. Always, well, I was until I got onto this medication. But
Mm-hmm.
it was always I'd be waking up from a dream about breakfast, and then the moment I'm having my breakfast, I'm already thinking about what I'm having for lunch. And my sister, she just eats when she's hungry. And I
Well,
think for those
right.
of us that got obesity, I think that's part of the problem, is it? It's not our brains doing it, it's our bodies telling our brains, you need to put something away. You need to make sure that there's something stored away.
This food noise phrase is new for me. I grabbed a hold of it trying to stay in the trend, because I'm in my 60s. So I'm trying to stay young. But I didn't have like food noise in terms of thinking about food all the time, if that's the
Ah,
definition of it. I
yes.
am a junk food eater, period. That's my
Ah,
issue. Even both my husbands have said that, like, you don't eat a lot of food. You just, like, if I'm at the computer, I'm snacking. That has been
mhm,
my biggest thing, a big snacker. And of course, I celebrate with food. If I'm
yeah.
angry, it's food. You know what I mean? I'm an emotional eater.
Yeah,
But
very true.
yeah,
And
so
the problem is as well is that the junk food is been created, it's been put together to include that bit of something that's going to keep you addicted to it.
it is. There, I mean, and that's why I say I'm the kind of person that can't treat myself. Like, some people are like, well, you can reward yourself at the end of the week with the candy bar. I can't do that.
No,
And I do
no,
understand why now, because like you're saying, it's an addiction. So once I do that, it's like boom. I'm gonna eat a candy bar the next day and the next day and the next
you
day.
know what I have found, but then I also think that our situations are different. So now that I'm on Monjaro, I was the one who always had the food noise. But now, if I suddenly, like on Tuesday, or was it Monday, suddenly fancied like chocolate fudge cake and heavy cream, and a lot of heavy cream. I used to have it swimming in heavy cream. And I
Hey,
did, I
Auntie
got it.
Mama.
I
Go
got
ahead. I'm
it.
sorry.
Oh, I love Auntie Mama singing. Auntie Mama, I'm going to be thinking about you today, singing all the way through. But no,
Yeah.
seriously, on Monday, I got this chocolate fudge cake. I ordered some in, and got some double cream, and I put it in a big bowl. And I bet you ate about 5 mouthfuls and thought, oh my God, no. And then was able to throw it out. And I
That's
think
it.
that was it. It was just like, whenever I do have a situation where while I'm on this, if I do suddenly fancy like something, I have to go and order it, because otherwise I think it can become this bigger monster, and then
Yeah.
you end up forcing it down you, even though
You don't want
because
it.
you feel bad, you feel that you're having to punish yourself for relinquishing into this craving, and that's not what you're doing, is it?
No, no,
It's
that's very
too much.
valid. Yeah, that's very valid. Absolutely. I think I've done that. Like, some things that I've craved, like M&Ms and stuff like that. And then when I go to eat some, it's like, oh, it's so sweet. It's not, it's not what it used to be. Hey, Auntie Mama, I'm saying hi to you again. That's my sister from another mother. I love her so much. Even her mom is my mom. She's down here in
Love
the
it.
Carolinas, which we're down here together. So, um, Annette is saying it was quick. Oh, she's talking about her live. Yes. Hey, my weight loss journey with Keto Granny. Woo!
Hey, hey.
Yeah.
Have you tried Keto Granny's the drink that she makes with the cardamom and cinnamon, and oh my goodness, that tastes incredible.
Oh yeah. Keto Granny is so inspirational. I mean, we both are in our 60s, and I don't even know where I met her, like on YouTube, if it was somebody else's live or she just popped up on my channel. But when I saw her, and her name used to be like Keto Granny 67, and she talks about her age. So, but when I saw her, I was like, oh, I was watching her channel. I was like, oh, I really don't have any excuse now.
The salad.
because she's
And
already lost 100 pounds, okay, and has
she looks
kept it off.
incredible. She
Yeah,
looks
she's kept it off.
incredible.
Yeah, she is. She really is. And so I'm just like, oh, I don't have any excuse now. I found YouTube has found me out. They sent me somebody who's in my age.
But as motivation and inspiration,
Absolutely.
is she walking right now? Then is that what you're doing?
Is she? Let's see. Gotta watch. She said, gotta watch you two beautiful ladies on the road. Oh, she's on the road this morning. Okay.
Ah,
So she hopped on to say hello. Okay. Yeah, she says you ladies are awesome. Yeah, she just had a birthday. I'm glad she said she just had a birthday and turned 70. And I mean, she
happy belated
exercises.
birthday!
Yes, walks, exercises, door dashes. I'm like, whoo.
Wow.
Yeah,
Actually, I'll
yeah.
just
So
break into a sweat thinking about it.
exactly. Exactly. So I was so intrigued when you were on Downsizing Diva, who is also a wonderful. So I didn't even know she was a teacher. She was talking about it a little bit the other day. I was in her live, but yeah, that's where I first saw you, and then you were. I think I can't remember, but that when you were
I was
talking.
watching you. I was watching you make the ginger beer.
Okay, yeah, yes, yes, yes. That was pretty good too.
Well, it looked it, but it was every time you kept adding more stevia and then adding more ginger, then more stevia.
You know what? But see, that's the thing. I have an awful, awful sweet tooth. Some people are just like savory or salty, just salty. I'm sweet and salty, but my sweet tooth,
Wow.
it just outweighs my saltiness, and I'm working on it. I've gotten better. I needed a
Yeah.
non-scale victory today, so I put on this dress. This dress is probably about 3 years old, and it used to fit. It was so tight that I wore it like as a top, with like some biker shorts that I would never wear without a long top. But so now it's kind of loose. I was like, "Ugh, I need
It,
this non-scale victory."
it looks loose. There's no tightness going on that.
Yeah, so I definitely needed this non-scale victory. So
We need to celebrate that one.
yes, yes, indeed. So yeah, you were talking about how the food there is different. Well, before we jump into that, tell us all about your channel because I did at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was watching your last video where you were outside.
Me and
While I
Sir
was waiting.
Michael McCain.
Yes, because when you first said you were what do you call your cane? Colin?
Sir Michael.
Sir
Colin, it
Michael,
was my
yeah, because I
sleeper.
was kind of like, trying to upload the video. I had opened up another window. And I was like, Sir Michael, is her cat? Is the cat outside? What's that? Like, I was
Miss Mary's here, but she's
Miss Mir.
here's Miss Mary, but she's hiding behind my hair.
It was 3 o'clock in the morning, but but you said that you were housebound for 5 years.
Yeah, yes.
So
I
you
had I
go
think it
ahead. Tell us all
started.
about you, your channel. Let's just get started. Go ahead.
I'll do this bit quickly because I'm really loving the chat. I'm loving chatting with you. So the real quick one was I caught COVID in September 2020. Didn't have to go to the hospital, but
Mm.
I got it and it was really bad on my chest. And I thought, you know what? If the
Mm.
worst should happen, then the worst should happen. At least I'm in my home. But then it took me about 12 weeks to get over it. But then after getting over it, suddenly I had chronic kidney disease. Then it turned out that I had, and all of these things just started piling on, all of these
Yeah.
different chronic conditions, and every one of them was more debilitating. So I think it was chronic kidney disease first, then Raynaud's disease, which affects my joints and my fingers and my toes.
Mm.
Then fibromyalgia, which is all my muscles and my joints, really
Mm-hmm.
bad fatigue.
Right.
Then it was asthma, then heart problems, and then finally found out that I'd got severe sleep apnea. And really, it might actually come down to something that they identified back in 2018 was aldosteronism, and they never did anything about it. So it's just been left to go uncontrolled, and it's just affected all. Oh, fatty liver disease as well. That was one as well. So it's affected all
Ooh,
of my major organs now. But
ooh.
the moment I got Colin the CPAP machine and I was able to sleep again, I got the Mounjaro at the same day. And honestly, it's like my world has just done that. And
Oh, God,
ta-da!
thank God. Mm.
I do. I feel so blessed, and I just life is so good. Because before I didn't think I'd make it to May, never mind to my birthday. But
Mm.
now here I am at 49. I just had my birthday, and I'm outside. So it's like life is great. There's
Yes,
nothing. No one can
my
stop
God.
me. No one can make me feel down. There's going to be moments of negativity and moments where you feel low, but I'm
Hmm.
here, and isn't that a blessing?
That is. And that's a reason to smile for real.
Exactly, exactly. That's why I can't help myself. I
I
cannot
know
help
that's
myself.
right. I, I absolutely know that's right. Yeah, that's listen. Thank God for all of the healing and everything that is taking place. And I pray that it continues. I know that it'll
Thank
continue
you.
to get better.
Thank you. And I tell you what, I think there's something about the community. Because before, when I was so unwell, don't get me wrong, I've got gorgeous friends and family. They're
Hmm.
always, but I think I isolated myself because I wasn't myself. I was really
Yes.
tired. I was really like a little old lady. I was grey. My skin was grey because there was no colour in it. I only had 86% blood oxygen. So
Ooh.
I just felt really, really low. And then the moment I found this community, oh my, I'm energized. So
Yes.
I only do a video once a week on the Friday, and I record it on the Friday and put it out on the Friday. So on Wednesdays, I'm starting to get excited. And Thursdays, I'm really excited. And by Friday, I'm like Tigger the Tiger. I cannot help myself.
That's good. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I love the weight loss community, the GLP. I love the YouTube community. I've been on
Yes.
YouTube for a while, and my daughter kept telling me. I mean, she was telling me like as far as 10 years ago, Mom, you need to get on YouTube. And I was like, I watch YouTube. I'm on YouTube. She's like, No, no, you can make money.
You,
Right, and it didn't register, and I have another channel of where I originally started, and I monetized on that channel, but so I'm trying to really push this channel, but she was trying to tell me, to get on YouTube, and it took a long time for me to hear her, and
yeah.
learn, because it's a
And
different world. It's a completely different world.
with
YouTube.
you being an educator, you've got this natural ability to just keep people watching you and engage with you. So it's like
Thank
it's
you.
but as you said, it's a gift, isn't it? Because there's not many people who have that. It's an innate talent, isn't it? Is that the word they use? An innate or an inane? I don't know. Someone will
Well,
help me
thank
with my
you.
grammar.
Annette has a question. Hajarine, she says, "How is your chronic kidney disease doing?"
Well, interestingly, right, let me tell you about the UK system. We have this National Health Service, the
Hmm.
NHS, and the National Health Service is a brilliant service. But unfortunately, the last government was trying to turn it into a private service, so they stopped putting money into it. And
Wow.
so it's really lost its ability to do the great work it should. So what happened? I found out I had chronic kidney disease in April 21, and they said, come back when you get to stage 3 and your kidney's failing, and
Oh,
then we'll do a biopsy to find out what's causing it.
what the cheesy?
So at that point they said Joshua, at that point they said, yes, you have chronic kidney disease. You will bleed. You have got something inflamed in your kidney, and it's making you bleed every day. There's always, but come,
Thank you, Annette. Annette said I had to cuss. You heard me say what the for cheesy? Mommy.
Come when your kidney fails, when you're at stage 3 and your kidney's failing, and we'll find out what the cause is. So it turns out, as you say, now it turns out that that aldosteronism is probably the likely cause of my chronic kidney disease. And what that is the adrenal glands that
Mm-hmm.
put, in fact, now, oh my goodness, just as I'm saying it, I was laughing with you and saying I'm like Tigger the Tiger on a Friday. And
Mm-hmm.
then I feel exhausted on a Saturday, Sunday. It's because of
Mm.
the adrenaline glands. So my adrenaline glands pump out a lot of adrenaline, but then they also do something where it pumps out too much adrenaline, and then it causes an aldosterone hormone to then kick out. And it's that hormone that kicks out uncontrolled that is destroying all my organs.
What? Well, we're gonna really continue to pray for the reversal of all of that. And that says I was at stage 3 when I found out I had it. Although it was found November 2022, I just didn't get the memo. Wow.
So now then, Audrey, now that you've found out that you're at stage 3, what have they done? Have they done anything with you? Because as I say, they've not done anything with me. I'm at stage 2 now, but touch wood, I don't get to stage 3. Now I'm on this journey.
Hey, Miss V.
I love Miss V Stetson.
I,
I love it.
I love Miss V. My daughter said, "You tell Miss V I love her. I love her channel."
I know I'm subscribed to Miss V, but I don't think I don't think I've been in the comments yet.
Okay. Yeah, she just, Miss, that's my girl. She has that that old school wisdom.
Yes, good stuff.
Yes, yes indeed. Annette says they've done nothing about hers. And Annette says, I'm going to request to see a specialist when I go back to my doctor this month.
Yeah,
V is laughing. Annette says hi to Miss V. Yeah, I have felt like they've given up here in the US, they've given up on the obese community. I just went not too long ago, which is nothing compared to what you guys are talking about in reference to chronic kidney disease, but I had this massive hernia. And, they were like, it's too big to operate on. You're going to have to lose more weight. Your BMI needs to be lower, blah, blah, blah. But see, that's why, and I do have another channel, but sometimes I cross paths with the other channel. My other channel is called Pastor Kim's Corner. But that's why I rely on the Lord, because I'm like, listen, whatever is going on, I have to rely on a higher power, the creator, God, his son Jesus. I have to, because you have to advocate for yourself. You
yeah,
know, you have to do all of these things. And listen, I'm an advocate. I know for a fact that prayer changes things. You heard me talk about going to
yeah.
Philadelphia. I just went to Philadelphia, and the preacher that was visiting, I went to this church convocation, which with my spiritual leader, and the preacher that was visiting was from Canada. So he
Uh,
didn't know anything about my situation. I put it all in the video. But to make a long story short, he spoke to my situation. And this is specifically what he said to me. He said, God does not see what the doctors see. Hello. And I'm having this conversation with God like, Lord, I know you didn't have me drive 8 hours to
yeah,
Philadelphia
yeah,
and this man fly from Canada to speak specifically to my situation,
yeah.
to let me know that I am healed, regardless of what I see, think, or feel. That's it. That's my preaching for today. But that's why I rely on the Lord.
I think I'm not necessarily religious. I am religious, but I'm not religious, if you know what I mean. I
Yes,
believe
yes,
I
yes.
believe in I
Hey,
believe in the
Queen
Lord.
Alchemy. Hey, Stephanie. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm trying to speak to everybody.
I believe in the Lord, and I believe that we've got a what's that word? A responsibility to do right for each other. So that's how I interpret my religion. I was raised Church of England, but my dad's Catholic. So that's
Okay.
why I think there was always the two differences. So it's like, no, we'll just believe in the Lord, and whatever you do, what is it? Do unto others as you'd have done to yourself. That sort of thing. So
Absolutely.
I think live
Absolutely.
by that. But I strongly believe in the power of positive thoughts. And that's what prayer is, isn't it? It's about sending out good thoughts in the hope of it helping somebody else heal. And
We're gonna have another
that
conversation
works.
about that, okay? We have
Bring me on your other channel. Bring me on your other channel.
bring you on the other channel, exactly. Hey, again, the Queen's Alchemy. Peace, love, and wellness. Yes, I saw you out there walking the other morning. Stephanie, 57, Journey. Good morning. That's my girl, Stephanie. She's up. She's been out on the porch. She just moved. And that says, low carb queen, many insurance companies don't even cover weight loss. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, she's like, they've given up. I went for my varicose veins. They were like, nope, don't want to do it. My
And until
knee.
you lose weight, until you lose weight.
Exactly. Exactly. I needed a knee replacement. No, you got to lose weight first. They've, yeah, the data says that it's not successful. And of course, you could, go out and find somebody that would do it. But, then that's a risk because they might be wanting to experiment. Maybe they haven't done,
Ah,
a lot. So, yes, Queen's Alchemy is saying Grand Rising to everybody. Miss V is saying hello. Annette is responding saying, wow. Yeah. So, so let's dive in. I know you said that, the people on the GLP-1 in the UK are losing way more weight than we are. Okay. Now, this is my theory. I'm on the GLP-1. I started in January because I was being triggered and I started going up, and I just did not want to go back up.
yeah.
I know I'm an emotional eater. And so I did not want to just, keep going up to gain weight. So I said, I'm going to have to do something. I never thought I would stick myself, with a needle, but I was desperate. All right. So
True, true.
yeah, so I started taking it. But this is my thing. When I used to go to a nutritionist previously, they said, they gave me the whole rundown, start with fiber, protein, the same type of thing. And if you do this, you could lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. So what I'm finding on the GLP-1 is you're losing 1 to 2 pounds a week, which tells me that our eating habits, I'm speaking for myself, but I'm also looking at the data of people losing weight. It takes a minute for people to really realize and switch their eating habits. The
Yeah.
same for me. Because if I'm only losing 1 to 2 pounds a week and I'm getting injected, then my eating really isn't changing. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I think I would disagree slightly on that one because I think
Absolutely. Go ahead.
I think that again, that advice that the nutritionist gives people is the stuff that they give to, like my sister. I was just saying how slim she is. Maybe she
Mm-hmm.
wants to lose 10 pounds to go on holiday and look gorgeous in a bikini.
Mm-hmm.
And that advice that they give, that works brilliantly for those people because they're already eating well anyway.
Okay.
But for many of us that have got to the weights that we've got, we never started eating well, or we aren't currently starting from a position of eating well. So exactly what you were saying, that we have to get to the point that we're eating well, and then we start losing it. And I think
Absolutely.
I think it's what the injection's doing for us.
Absolutely. I think we're saying the same thing. Absolutely. Because I thought I was going to be on it for a year and get in and get out. No, that's definitely,
Ah,
I see that already. That's definitely not going to happen. You know what I mean? Because it's taking me some time to process, like you say, changing the habits. But what I want to hear from you guys, from you, and, as you represent the UK is, why are you losing so much more weight than we are? Because I'm not the representative for the US, but I am looking at the data. If you're on it for 70 weeks, you may be down anywhere from 60 to 80 pounds. So that's basically a pound, pound to 2 pounds a week. You know what I mean? But you
Yeah.
guys, like, how much did you lose in your first, like, couple of months on it? So tell us about that.
I have to say I can't be held as a representative of the UK because
Let me say
because
hi, Yolanda. Go
my
ahead.
Yolanda, my situation is so. I thought I was part of a group that we were all in the same sort of experience, but now I'm finding that when it comes to being in the YouTube world, I'm actually more of a what's the word? The anomaly. I'm more like what the UK studies are saying. So
Okay.
I'm definitely on board with being an example of what the studies are saying, because the studies are based on people who've got chronic health.
So are you like an outlier?
I know I have chronic health, but I'm
Okay.
paying for my prescription privately. And many of the
Oh,
people in the UK are paying for the prescription privately are people who haven't got the chronic health as well. So they've got the high BMI, but they haven't got any associated comorbidities.
okay. So
So,
so are you saying that because you had other health you know uh issues or concerns that you lost the weight quicker than the average person from the UK?
yes, but
Got you.
that's what the studies, when you see the UK and US figures, the
Yes.
UK figures are based on studies that have done through the doctors and hospitals of people
Yes.
who are like me who are chronic conditions. So we are losing greater numbers. But then when you look across the UK Manjaro community on YouTube, they are losing 1 to 2 pounds.
Got you. Okay. So all right. So tell me how much you lost, when you first started and stuff like that.
Well, on my first 2.5 pen, which was a 4 week dose, I lost £22. I know. Oh, I know.
Woo!
My head experts just thinking I'd lost £11 on the first week. But
Okay.
remember, my body, I was not sleeping. So that first week of me being on Manjaro was the first week I was on my CPAP machine. So suddenly all of those cortisol hormones that were raging through my body because I wasn't sleeping, they were suddenly calming down. And
Mm.
all £11 went in the first week. And it would have been water weight. And I think I reckon a lot of what I was putting on was water weight because I was
Mm-hmm.
just retaining every bit of water that I was drinking. And so I think that is also what happens with a lot of the people that are on the UK who have got chronic conditions. Their chronic conditions means the cortisol levels are high, so they get on a health thing, like if they're
Mm-hmm.
on type 2 diabetes, they get assigned the oh, what's the one? I think
Ozempic?
originally it was, yeah, they were
Mm-hmm.
originally assigned Ozempic, but now they're assigned
Ozempic.
Mounjaro because although you guys have Zepbound, the NHS has only bought one, and that is the Mounjaro. But it's the same medication, isn't it? It's the same
Yeah,
to
I mean, as far as I know, and you made me think when you talk about the chronic disease. I mean, with obesity comes some chronic. Like I had high
yes,
blood pressure. I do have a underactive thyroid, which I've been on medication for that for
yeah,
years.
yeah.
And so and I have been pre-diabetic. I mean, I have been going back and forth with my doctor,
Oh,
pre-diabetic,
the A1Cs.
diabetic. Yeah, so I think I hit like 6.5 when she, finally said, okay, we're going to put you, on this medication. When I went in, I asked for Zepbound, and she
Right,
said, no, your doctor, I mean, your insurance will probably pay for Manjaro. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I had been on Ozempic 2 years before that as a result of
right.
being pre-diabetic. Yes, but my
Yeah.
kidney levels started dropping. I lost 43 pounds within the first few months, but my kidney
Wow.
levels, yeah, my kidney levels dropped. So I was like, I'm not trading my kidneys for being fat. I'm just not doing it.
Great point. And I
But
think, again, I think that is such an important part of anything that we're doing on this journey. We have to be making sure that our health is the priority. So don't you weren't putting your kidneys in in any sort of jeopardy. You didn't want that to happen.
And it's probably because too I wasn't drinking enough water. I didn't understand, I have to understand stuff sometimes. I didn't
Yeah,
understand the importance of drinking, the amount of water that you have to drink when you're on this medication. You
so
have to
true.
drink a lot of water to flush all of that through your kidneys, flush your kidneys out and all of that. So that's
So
why
true.
I try to, keep that. But the other thing that you said was the things that we sell here in the UK. I haven't gotten to any of the
Mm.
questions I sent you, by the way.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I will
That's
get. I will
okay.
keep
That's
you
okay.
chatting.
But you said that the things that we have access to, your access is a little bit different. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like the US still does not stop advertising fast food, junk food, how good it is, how tasty it is. The fast food restaurants are in competition for quick food. You can get a biggie bag from Wendy's, you can get some kind of bag from McDonald's. They're all under $10. So they're constantly pushing, that quick fast food.
Yeah,
And so, how is that different in the UK?
we do have our adverts. We do have our adverts, but they're more controlled. And I'm saying this. I'm saying this, and I'm almost certain it's still true that they put a stop to, can you remember Kellogg's, and they used to have all the, like, they had the Rice Krispies and they were the Rice Crackle and Pop, and then
Mm-hmm.
you'd have Tony the Tiger from Frosties, and you'd
Frosted
have
Flakes.
the Sugar Puff Monster. They put a stop to all of that. They said
Wow.
no, no, because as you said, at that point they were encouraging children to be eating or asking their parents for food that this lovely cartoon character is telling them to eat, not what actually is good for them. So
Wow.
they put a stop to putting all of those adverts on children's TV. And children's TV used to be from, I think from 6 a.m. until about 10:30. So no adverts like that were able to go on at that time that would have those sort of pulls
Wow.
trying, because of course that's getting the children saying, "Mummy, mummy, I want to have like, what was the Cocoa Pots monkey? He always used to have some fantastic treats in his
I know
in his
exactly what you're talking
chocolates."
about. Yeah, I can't remember the name either. Yeah.
But they stopped letting those sort of adverts go on during the times when children are watching TV. So that was the first thing that happened. But then an interesting thing happened, and I think it was now about 10 years ago, or maybe 10 years ago, because these 5 years, they've gone really quick for me. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe 10, but maybe 15 years ago, where they stopped all beverages. They called it a sugar tax, but they would put sugar, if you had a certain amount of sugar in 100 grams, 100 milliliters of beverage,
Mm-hmm.
then it meant the product became higher cost, and then people
Wow.
wouldn't be buying it. So everyone else started taking all of their their sugars out of this beverage. The only exception was Coca-Cola. And what they
Hmm.
did was, instead of selling the 330, the usual can,
Mm-hmm.
the usual can is probably about that size, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm. I
now
think it's a
sell,
12-ounce can.
yeah, they now
Mm-hmm.
sell a can that's like that size, and you pay the same price for it in the UK.
Okay, yeah, because they do have a smaller can. They do have that's wow, that is interesting.
So
Wow.
every other product, they just pulled the sugar levels lower. But then
Mm,
the big thing that we have, sorry, the thing that we don't have, or maybe we do have, we use sugar far more than we use sweeteners, and we don't tend to use high fructose corn syrup at all. And that
mm.
is that's the real thing that's going on in the products that you have in the States. If you look at, did you see that? I think it was a video that Leslie Jones did when she went
Okay.
to Paris for the Olympics, and
Mm-hmm.
she was saying the difference in Heinz tomato ketchup is night and day. And it's because the second ingredient on the US version of Heinz tomato ketchup is high fructose syrup. And
Wow.
the second product on the UK one is tomato, and then the third one is sugar.
But not high fructose. Yeah,
No.
that's sad that that company will make the same exact thing for two different countries
Yes.
differently. That now
It's,
that's sad.
especially when the reason why one country won't let them do it this way. So the whole of Europe must be saying no, we don't want none of that stuff. So the reason why is because it's so addictive, but also it's so detrimental to your high fructose can only be what's that word? You know how your body processes things.
Digested.
Digested. I'm glad I'm with you because I always forget my words. And I've asked people in the chat for what the word is. I'll find out the following week what the word was that I needed. But yes, the word I'm looking for is digested. But fructose can only be digested using the liver.
Oh,
But the sugars and glucose go through the body and go through the bloodstream. Whereas if all high fructose corn syrup is hitting your liver, that's why your livers are getting like this. And then that's the start of half the battle, isn't it? When it comes
yes,
to the
yes.
metabolic disorders, is that fatty liver that we're all getting.
Yeah, yeah, the liver. Yeah, that's another one you don't want to mess with the liver.
Mm.
You don't want to mess with the liver. I'm going to hit the comments for a second because they are in.
Yeah,
I
let's have it.
saw
What's everyone saying?
Annette was saying, I'm going to back up just a little bit because she used the word fast responder. She says, I lost weight faster with Manjaro. I was a fast responder. See, I never knew that, there's such a thing as a fast responder. She lost 96 pounds in 7 months on Zepbound. And then she said, I have lost 43 pounds in the same frame of time. Okay, so
Ah,
yeah, so I think she said, let me go down. I think she said she gained it back. Stephanie is saying wow to Annette. Yeah, that's a lot.
that's
Alonda's
brilliant.
saying wow and congratulations. Stephanie is saying the same thing, right? Alonda saying that's interesting. Yeah, Annette says here, I gained it all back by 2024.
Ah,
So
right.
yeah, that might mean Annette, that you did you stop the medication after that? Like, maybe she stopped after that 7 months. And that's a big thing. I ran into somebody that was in my feed. She lost over 100 pounds. I cannot remember her name. I think it was something like Toy Review. I have to find it. But she takes the
Oh, yes,
injection.
I've seen her. I've seen her on your channel as well. I
She
can't remember her name, but My Toys Review or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the lady who she's been on it for about 17 months. I hope I have the right person. And she currently takes her injection every other week. Now
Right.
that's
Oh, she on the maintenance then.
yes, yes. Alonda says, I would love to hear your story. Oh, okay. Yes, yes. Annette, I want to hear her story too. So yes, we're gonna have to.
You've gotta bring her on. You've gotta
Yes.
bring her on.
And she said,
That's
no, I have not. All right. So we got to get out there. Yes,
we
Alonda.
are making a phone call to you, Audrey. We want you on the calls.
Stephanie
I'll be
said
watching
that's
next week and finding you on here.
Stephanie says that's what happens. I gain my weight back off medication because I lost control of my diet. Yeah, yeah. That diet has to be in order. Annette says,
Ah,
I'm an emotional eater. Well, Stephanie, me
but
too.
this takes us back to the point that about what that doctor was saying about the obesity. It's
Mm,
not, it isn't you guys that are the problem. And all too often we've been told for years that, well, you gained it back again, you couldn't control yourself. And that's not what happens. It's your body, those fat cells in your body, they haven't got the GLP-1 in that everybody else has got. So all it's wanting to do is fill itself back up again. So you don't have any control over it. The moment you come off the GLP-1, where that gives you the GLP-1 that everybody else seems to have, like my sister has, she
mm-hmm.
has that happen naturally in hers. then your fat starts telling you, oh, wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be tasty? And all the hard work, all the lessons, because you and I both know, we know these lessons. We know what foods we should be eating and what foods we shouldn't, that keep us slim and trim. And it's not our fault, if that's the phrase I'm looking for. It's what our body is doing to us. And that's why they're now saying many of us may in fact need to stay on a GLP-1 for life.
Woo! Ooh.
But hopefully the prices come right down, because as you say, we can't be paying these prices for the rest of our lives.
Well, yeah, I have been very fortunate now. My insurance covers pays for it. Now,
Oh,
this is
that's
the
good.
takeaway. Well, I have a copay. My copay is $40. Okay, so I get 4 injections for $40. But my insurance is $183 a month.
Oh, right. I'm with you.
Okay.
Right,
Okay.
I'm with
But
you.
that's because well, when you here in the US, when you turn 65, I had my own insurance from when I retired as a teacher, which was $50 a month. That's a break that you get.
Yeah.
But when I turned 65, because did an early retirement in 62, when I turned 65, Medicare, you automatically get Medicare. Well, Medicare covers everything,
Wow.
Yes, it covers everything, but they take $183 out of
Right.
my check before I get it. So I didn't
Right.
really make a big deal because I don't have a choice. You can opt out of it. So I basically dropped my $50 a month from the
Right. Ah,
teaching,
yeah.
and I just kept Medicare because you had to do a lot of paperwork to get out of it. So
Right.
with that, you get, the medicine is cheap. Like I pay less than $10 for my high blood pressure, my lisinopril combined. I pay less than
Yes.
$10 for that. So,
That's
it's
brilliant.
a give and take. And then you go in the hospital, it's cheap. When I go to the weight loss management and the dietitian, that's a $10 copay. And I go once a
Really?
month. Yeah, I go once a month. So it's $20 for the two of them.
Because
So
what throws me, I love hearing you guys where you're all having these DEXA scans. But in the UK, a DEXA scan costs like £250, which about is $300.
yeah,
And
see
it's
that.
like people are having them once a month in the US. It's like, this is brilliant.
So it just depends. It depends on the insurance, that you have. So, but I
Right.
know some people whose insurance won't pay. They won't pay for the medication. But I think you can fight that. Like you can reach out to your insurance company and fight it, because definitely if you are pre-diabetic or type 2, or something like that, you probably could. It's just being intentional with that paperwork, and sometimes you just don't want to
Has the
do it.
sleep apnea been added to it as well now?
Say that again.
Has sleep apnea been added to the criteria?
It has, like my weight loss management physician assistant, she wants me to take the sleep apnea test, but I just flat out told her no. I was like, I'm not going to take it, because if they tell me that I have to sleep with one of those things, I'm not going to do it. So I'm like,
Why not?
I'm not, I know that I'm not going to sleep with it. So there's no point in me taking the test. It's just
Do you
like
know?
you want the data, but I'm not going to do it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Do you know what though? I have to say, I was chatting with Anissa the other day from Reset with Anissa, and she was saying that they can now give you them where it goes in the nostril, because I still have the one that goes over my face.
Okay.
And she says you can have them where it goes up in your nostril. But the way my doctor explained it when I went to the sleep clinic, he said, if you were in the ocean, you need to have that tank, don't you? And you need to be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
That's keeping you alive. And he says
Mm-hmm.
that's what this is doing. And he says if you think about it like that, you will just get used to it. And you do, because the moment you now think about this thing is actually keeping you alive, you wear whatever I'd wear one that would be all right over my face if they asked me to, if I was honest, because it's keeping me alive. And I do feel it. Those days when I'm not feeling so great, I'll go back to bed, watch all your videos. I'm always watching everyone's videos. I'll go back to bed watching the videos until I've Colin on and just getting the oxygen in.
Yeah, yeah. I have a completely different respect for doctors, nurses, the medical community, because when I retired, I took a part-time job as a PRN in the hospital in the emergency unit. You know,
Oh,
that's the old
wow.
lady who has to take your information, you know, while
The
you're
old
sick.
lady.
Yes, while you're sick and waiting, they have to take your information. So I did that for 2 years. It gave me a whole new respect, but it also gave me some inside information on how much in the US hospitalization is a money making business. It is a
Oh,
money making business. So I'm
yes.
very, very, you know, I'm old school. I'm very, very precautionary. You know, I'm very precautious about, you know, what I do, and we have to know our bodies. And so
Yes.
I don't not I'm of course I'm not a professional or anything, but yeah, always go to your doctor. Always take your doctor's advice. I my PA and my doctor, who I go to on Monday for my 3 month checkup, they know me very well, and so they're just like, you know, she's just bad, you know, like not bad, but I mean, you know, you don't want to take care of my varicose veins, but you want me to do a sleep study. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. Yeah, I get
you know,
it.
Alonda says, I heard that US companies are looking into ways to create GLP-1 medication blockers for their foods. I just heard that this week on
Oh,
the health section of news. Now that's crazy. That's
that is
you,
crazy.
isn't it? Because you're not going to stop making the food, but you're going to put. Let's see what else. You're going to.
Oh my
They
goodness.
want us. They still want us to create their foods, even with us on the medication. Wow. Listen, Alonda, I need to interview you about that
Yes,
right there.
definitely get
Looking
Alondra
into
on.
ways to create. Wow, GLP-1
That's
medication
outrageous.
blockers. Oh, that's hurtful.
Yes. And again, this is this one guy on in the UK Mount community, and he keeps showing people how they can eat. They can eat McDonald's if they want. They can eat KFC,
Oh,
Popeyes, whatever on Manjaro, but you just eat less of it. And
it's not
the
worth it.
idea that they don't care about you eating less, they just need you to be eating it. That is
Stephanie,
outrageous.
Stephanie's saying they're losing money. That is absolutely right. And that
All
they I
about
stopped the
those sweat.
medication because of my 20 because my $25 coupon was no longer any good. Okay, yeah. So when she lost all that
Oh.
weight, she said she stopped the medication because of the coupon.
Ah, right, that makes sense. And then that's
Yeah,
when you then put it all back on, Hadreen.
yeah.
Wow.
Stephanie said, I'm going to buy some beets for my liver. Yeah, yeah. I believe that there's a vegetable, possibly a fruit, but I believe it's a vegetable for every part of our body. Every, you
Well, yeah,
know.
it's interesting what Stephanie's saying there because in the UK, most of our sugar is coming from beets.
What?
So, yep, our sugar comes from beets.
I don't
That's
like
how they.
beets.
So you know, we've got a brand called Tate and Lyle, and they sell you a bag of granulated sugar.
Mm-hmm.
It's created from beets.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Wow.
because I'm a big fan of. I'm not sure if I should say this, but I'm a big fan of that show Moonshiners, and they're talking about because they always use corn, don't they, to make their alcohol,
Yes, yes, yes.
and they thought that the beets was almost like a delicacy or something. But in the UK, all our sugar comes from beets.
That's wild. Miss V says we need to eat from the land only, but that's super challenging for me. Yeah, for all of us, I would
Yeah.
love to. I would love to be able to do that. I'm trying to do my little container garden and freaking out about the worms that
Oh,
are.
I love your garden. I have to admit, though, I think that is my secret to my success because I've suffered with IBS since I think it's
Oh,
11 years now. And
wow.
that used to be set off by different foods. And I eventually did they
You
called
said
it
it used to be set off by what? I'm sorry.
it was mainly by foods. So
Okay,
stress would
gotcha,
also
gotcha.
set it off, but just eating some kind of food would set it off, and I'd be on the toilet with the runs for 2 days, and which made work really difficult. And so it's like, Joe,
Mm,
you need to get this sorted, otherwise you're going to lose your job. So I was sent to a FODMAP dietitian, and they're the ones where they look at the complex carbs. And
Mm.
at first you cut all of them out for 2 weeks, and then you start introducing them. And I found at that point that I was sensitive to more foods than I could actually eat. So
Okay.
so my from then my all the foods that I ate, the choices just became like that. And so I can't have anything with sweetener because that sets me off. Fruit, the only fruit I could handle is kiwi fruit and lemons. So
Mm.
when I was putting all of that weight on over those 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
I was still eating like this, where we're only eating fruit and not fruit, veg and meat, or veg and fish. That's
Mm-hmm.
all I was eating, and it was all, none of it from a packet, because every time I had something and it had like onion salt or garlic salt in,
Mm.
my
Wow.
stomach would go like that, and I'd be on the toilet again for 2 days. But the moment then I had the CPAP machine and Manjaro, I didn't necessarily change my eating habits, but all the good things that those foods should have been able to do suddenly started working. And that's why I lost 61 pounds in 4 months.
Wow. That's what I was going to ask you. Like, so how long have you been on it, and how much have you lost altogether?
So far, I lost another £2 last week. And so that means that I'm now down to 63.5 pounds in 18 weeks.
That's great.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's great. That's absolutely great. And like I said, on average, but you explained that on average that the UK is losing more, but you're saying that that's also attached to the different chronic
Yeah.
diseases. I think we have some people in the obese community who are on it have some chronic diseases as well, but it's just not. Um, I guess one of the things that I looked at is that it's more observational over here as opposed to clinical.
Yes.
I don't know if that's true or not.
I thought that was a great point. I looked into it, and you're absolutely right. The in the UK, so again, the NHS, they will only prescribe it to you if you've got type 2 diabetes plus a BMI of over 40. And now they're looking at there's four more other comorbidities where you have to have, no, there's five, and you've got to have four of them. So that's sleep apnea, um, too much cholesterol, what's that, hypocholesterolemia,
Yes, yes.
something like that, pre-diabetes, a heart condition, or sleep apnea. Have I said that one? There's five, and I've got four of them.
That's pretty
But I'm
much. Go ahead.
obesity, of course, it's obesity, isn't it? So
Hmm.
that's the one. So yeah, they're saying now that in the UK, our our results come from the studies that are done with the NHS. So all of those people that are paying privately for their own medication, that observational information is not being pulled in. It's only the information that's done through these people that have been prescribed the medication through the NHS. And the reason why they do that is because the NHS will only buy medication that is going to work for the greater population. So rather than giving it to everybody, they're only going to give it to this select few. And
Got
so
you.
it does work for them. And that's why we're seeing the bigger figures.
That's good. That's now making that's playing with the numbers and making it work.
It is.
I'm a retired math teacher, so it's definitely playing with the numbers and making it work. So tell me, is the NHS free for everybody, or how is that? How does that work? What is that national health system?
You know what? I think it's a little bit like what you was explaining with the Medicare, but
Got you.
it's for everyone who's over. Once you hit 18, you pay national insurance once you're working, and the national insurance is something like 8% of what you earn. But your
Oh.
insurer also has to put in 8%. And I think once you're earning a certain amount, so if you're super rich, then
Mhm.
you pay maybe 12%. But
Wow.
most people will pay 8%. But if you're not working, if you're on, like at the moment, I'm not working because I had to stop working. I got made redundant, and then I couldn't find a job until my health got better. So I'm
Hmm.
on I'm on the equivalent of what we call it welfare in the UK, thinking about what you guys have, but I don't know if that is the same as what it is. But in the UK, they call it universal credit. And if you're not working, it means you get access to things like free healthcare, where you don't have to pay into the national insurance, and you get, I think it's like £300 a month to live on, which isn't much. So again, it's like when you were saying about the McDonald's and things. If you've got providers that not providers, sellers that are selling a family food for $10, and then you've got these families that they've got barely any money. That's where they're going, isn't it? They go to where the food's cheap, but the food's not good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the whole picture right there. You can get your biggie bag, you get the fries, the drink, the chicken nuggets, all of that, and it's less than $10. Let me see. It was somebody. Oh yeah. Miss V was saying, I'm a grazer. I feel like I need to chew all the time. See, that's what the old school would call it, the grazer. I remember a doctor called me that one time, and I was so offended. She was like, oh, you're a grazer. I was like, these words that come across my mind that I can't say.
It's what you think about when you think grazer, as you say. It's that you cut the cud, isn't it? You chewing on the cud.
But see, the young people now, like yourself, that's called the food noise. It's called food noise, where
it's true, isn't it? I love that you call me young. I'm 49.
Oh my gosh. I have a daughter I have two daughters in their 40s. Okay.
You look great. Seriously, Kim, you look great.
Thank you. And that says I get a DEXA scan once a month for $39.99. That's good.
That's amazing price. Yeah. That is amazing.
Yeah, and I've been getting them since May. A body spec. Yeah, let's see. And that says, that is how I got Zepbound, because of my sleep apnea. Okay, so it's the very similar, the same thing. Coach Mean Reed is in the building. Coach Mean Reed. Oh my God. I went to her class once just to keep my word. And I had my chair right next to me.
I have got to subscribe to this channel because the name alone, Coach Mean Reed.
She says she does weight loss, exercise for plus size. But she's very good. She's young. She's very good. And even when I sat down in my chair.
You've been doing the videos of her.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
You've been doing her videos.
No, I did one. And when I sat in my chair, she was like, Kim, come on, you can do this while you're in your chair. And she gave me some chair exercises. She's a
I'm definitely subscribing to you, Coach Mean Reed.
Yeah, but she goes, my mom is in my classes every day, so you have no excuse. That's what she tells me. Listen, I have been lifting boxes. I'm part-time, and the lady that I work with, my little supervisor, bless her heart, God bless her, she's out on sick leave at the beginning of the school year indefinitely. So I got to help put her room together. Yeah, the principal asked me, so I said, yeah, but honey, those teacher years are over for me, lifting boxes, moving furniture. I was, trying to do all of that to get that room ready for open house. I was so tired.
Crates? I saw those crates that you got in your room. Are they the ones?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's a workout.
Yeah, I was putting them on like this rolling thing and rolling them, from here to there, trying to get everything in order. And I was like, "Ooh, I can't. This is, I've been out of teaching and moving furniture for a minute. I was so tired."
Coach, that is a workout, isn't it?
It is. It was definitely a workout. My bones were hurting, my back, everything. That's what age is real. Like people say age is nothing but a number. Yeah, okay. That's when age is real, because your mind tells you, oh, you can still do this, and da 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 da. But your body is like, fool, you better go somewhere and sit down. You better sit down, okay? Because you cannot do what you used to do.
Who you fooling?
Listen, that's what my body tells Like my
My
mind's like, oh yeah, I can
knees,
do this, I can do
my
this. Yeah,
knees are
the
screaming at
cartilage,
me. I love that. They're gonna sit
the
down.
cartilage in my knee is gone, period. Okay, in my left knee. And I've gotten the injections, I've gotten
Ouch.
the little I've gotten everything where they freeze it. I've gotten where they put the little nylon lining inside. It's not nylon, but it's as thin as that. I've gotten
Yeah,
it all. And they,
but
like
they
I said,
won't replace it.
they won't replace it till I lose weight. So I'm like,
But
whatever.
you're losing weight now, though, aren't you?
Yeah, but my aunt, who's older than I am, of course, said, listen, she said about 20 years ago, my cartilage has been gone for that long. And my doctor was like, I'm telling you now, if you get it replaced, you're going to have to do it every 10 years. So she's been holding on.
Ah,
Oh, Coach said it's all about the money. Coach said, what's our guest name? Our guest name is Joe's Sleep and Slim Down Journey. She's from the UK, and we were talking about the differences between losing weight on the GLP-1 in the US versus the UK. We were talking about so much other stuff. I don't even know. I hope
we have been chatting like old friends.
I know, right? Hey, Reset with Anissa. Good morning, everyone. Hi from Pennsylvania. Yes, my old hometown. Yes. I moved here from Philly about 15 years ago.
So whereabouts are you now, then, Kim?
I'm in North Carolina.
Ah, you see,
Yes.
I was saying, Kim, she's a Southern woman. She's a Southern woman. She can cook. But is it
Oh,
really? It's a Philly thing.
yeah, Philly and I was raised in New York. And
Oh, I
yeah,
knew I could hear something. I knew I could hear it in your voice.
yeah, raised in New York, and when I got married, I moved to Philadelphia. And then when I got divorced 30 years later, I moved to North Carolina.
Right, right. And this
So,
is it. North
yeah,
Carolina sure is your home.
you know what? When I go back to visit Philadelphia, I call North Carolina home because I just don't think I can live there anymore. Definitely can't live in New York anymore.
No, no. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
on the
love
coast
New
alone.
York. Yeah, I love New York, but I just can't live there. And Philadelphia is the same thing. I guess it's my home. I don't want to really leave, to move anywhere else. It is what it is. And that says, Anissa, I'm sorry, says, bravo, Joe, 63 pounds in 18 weeks. Uh,
I still have at least 80 to go because I put 140 on when I was unwell. But to be fair, I was probably about 220 before I start. I thought I was a strong Bonnie lass, but I was 220 before. So I
mhm.
think what I'd like to get down to is probably one 175.
Okay.
I've got a long way to go yet.
Well, listen, you're doing great. You're doing phenomenal. Phenomenal. Coach
Now I'm
Mimi,
walking. Now I'm walking.
yes, you were outside. Oh my gosh. When you said that you have been in your house for 5 years, I was like, what? And when you stand up, you don't look that big. You know what I mean? You really don't. I
It's
saw
on
you
the
standing up and
it's in the chest area, chest and ass. I am packing.
yes, I know what you mean. Coach Mimi says, "Are you able to stay on the meds indefinitely?" Good question.
In the UK, great question. In the UK, when it was prescribed for type 2 diabetics, they said initially for 2 years. Um, but I don't know how they can take diabetics off it. So now
Yeah,
that they're prescribing it for weight management as well, I think what they need. I think if I'm honest, the UK are really looking for that. Is it orfloglipron? Am I saying that wrong? I think they're hoping that's the cure that we need. The medication that's a pill.
I'm not sure. I think Alonda could probably speak to that because I think at one point her insurance was paying for it and then they stopped.
Ah,
So yeah, so she is in partnership with a company.
Oh,
I
she's
don't know. I
emerged,
guess
isn't she? Yes.
yeah, it goes. I guess it goes by the different insurances that you have. And like I said, I know a couple people who have tried to get on it through their insurance, and their insurance won't pay for it. So I don't know about the indefinitely part. Coach Weaver says, if you work out, lifting boxes is a little less stressful. It's the truth, though. You do have to kind of like when you haven't been. I mean,
She's going to
you
get you
do.
back. She wants you
You
back. She wants you on
Oh,
that chair.
listen, she would kill me. She would, I would just be rolling in the floor in pain. And
Oh,
I love her. And I love, her exercise. Listen, you don't know till you know. You know what I mean? When you're young, you just are young. And I know Coach Mean. I know. She like her mom is probably my age and she's out in there exercising with her, but she's been doing that. That's the
yeah.
reality that she has. I I haven't, you know what I mean? I haven't been dedicated to working out and strength training and doing all the things that I should have done for my body. And I even tell my daughters now, work on your body now because there are things that I should have done. I asked my mom, God rest her soul, when I was about to be 50. I was like, I didn't listen to you in my 30s, didn't listen to you in my 40s, definitely not my 20s. I think I'm ready to listen now. Tell me something. And she was like, all that food you've been eating, you need to get your body together. And I'm like, thanks a lot. I really thought you were gonna give me something that I could really do. Like,
At
but
least you waited until you asked her for that advice, though. My mum just
exactly.
gave it.
No, my mom, no, my mom didn't save it at all. She did. When I say she didn't save it, and I'm an only child, and so my mom, we not really fuss, but I used to tell her, you don't like fat people. That's why you have a fat child because you have something against people who are overweight. Well, yeah, like give
Oh,
me a
dear.
break. Because she would always
Oh,
tell me, because my first husband would buy me cakes, and so she's like, "Who does that? Who buys cakes? Like he should be bringing you flowers." But that's
yes.
another story. She's like, "He wants to keep you fat and pregnant and blah blah blah." You know, it's okay.
So is your mum not overweight?
My mom, no, she wasn't. When she was like a size 6, she's passed. But when she was like a size 16, she lost weight, and she dieted and got her weight back together to like a size, 12. Yeah, she wasn't overweight, and she just was just like wanted me to be a certain size. But
Mick Reed is from South East London. I used to work in Brixton all the time. Used to
oh,
be
get
over in
out.
Brixton, in Lewisham. Oh my God, right. Coach Me, I'm definitely
I
subscribing to your
didn't know
channel.
that. I
We
didn't know
need
she
to
was.
chat.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I'll be doing the workouts with Kim, but I will be doing it from a chair.
Tammy
Let's
Twisted Souls. Good morning. If I didn't say hi to you, good morning. Timmy says I'm in New York and used to live in PA. Okay. Stephanie is speaking to Coach Mean Reen. Anissa says you are more than 1/3 of the way there. That's amazing. Yes, you are.
wow. I've not even thought of that. Oh my God.
That's good.
I was Because one of my big ones, I wanted to get down 50 pounds by the end of the year. And I couldn't believe how quickly it happened. I was like, what?
That's listen.
Now I'm a third of the way.
That just
Wow.
hit you. Congratulations.
Whoa. Honestly, you guys need to do my maths for me. Whenever I have another problem with maths, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you.
I know. Oh, Coach Miri says the same thing. Booty and boobies.
You see, we're like the Coke bottle.
Oh, listen. Coach says my mom is 71. Yeah, and started working out with me 3 years ago. Yeah, see, that's like Keto Granny who just turned 70. She's out there. She's
Yeah.
walking, doing the exercises. I got to get to that point. I'm in the slow class, Coach. I'm in. I gotta get there.
we're feeling inspired though. We are inspired
Absolutely.
by it.
Absolutely. She says it hurts in the beginning, but you will get stronger. I promise. I know that. I don't disagree with that. I really don't. I'm just trying to take as many shortcuts as I can. Meaning that, if I do the nutrition, see, they should have never said, that's my problem, information. They should have never said that weight loss, I mean, exercise represents 20 to 25% of your weight loss. The majority of your weight loss is nutrition. They should have never told me that. I mean, that's valid for somebody my size because I'm in the threes. So if I would exercise regularly, which I'm trying to get there by walking, then that's going to be 20%. That's going to be at a minimum 60 pounds contributed to if I was to exercise. But
Yeah,
if I change my eating, the other 80%, you see what I'm saying? I have a better
yeah.
chance. I do want to exercise and I'm trying to get out there and walk, but it has just never been my friend. The
They
monotony of
always
it.
say the big thing that I keep hearing at the moment is the strength training and the resistance training. Because
That's it.
when we do get to this ideal size that we want to get to, we want to be strong, don't we? We don't want to be weak and like with our brittle bones and things because we haven't done the things to protect our bodies as it was transforming. So I think we're going to have to find a way to, I think even just dancing, if you just put on your favorite tunes, you
Yeah.
know, I
I,
I sit down in my chair a lot because I can't stand for long on my own. But just
mhm.
even as I'm sitting in my chair dancing, it all seems to go for the greater good. Or am I kidding myself, Coach?
No, no, no. And I think like when you go into coach's class, that she does that strength training, and you absolutely, after talking to the dietitian and the wellness, we absolutely need that because you don't want to lose the muscle. You know what I
That's
mean?
it. Yeah.
So I was even thinking to myself, like maybe I could do her class like once a week, but I'm a person I'm a great starter. You know what I mean? I will take on task after task after task. Oh, I can do this and I can do that and I should do this. But I'm not the best finisher. You know what I
I hear
mean?
you. Yeah.
So I don't want to take on something else until I master what I'm already doing. I'm still trying to get out there 3 days a week for walking. So for
Yeah.
me, that's an average of 12 times a month. May, I did 10. June, I did 10. July, I probably did less than 10. So here I am again in August. So I want to, accomplish some things, master those things first before I venture into other things. Now, for some that, everybody functions differently. I did buy some weights. I'm working on the weights. I'm just trying to get it all together. Kendi K is in the building. Hey, Kendi K
Hey,
all day.
Candy.
I got to go over there and check out when you went to the farmer's market. And I saw you cooking breakfast the other day. She was making well, it wasn't breakfast, it was a BLT. A BLT. Let's see.
LT.
Exercise rep. Oh, coach is gonna. She's gonna get me. She said exercise represents 100% of your quality of life, girl.
Beat that with
Get it
us. I
together,
don't
Kim.
beat it.
She's like, get it together, Kim. It represents 100% of your quality of life. Don't talk about me
100%.
too bad, coach. Don't do it. I've got children your age.
Oh, I love
And
this.
you can just join my daughter. My daughter says, baby boomers don't listen. They just don't listen. Let's see. Kendi K is speaking to Arjun Anissa. I hope I'm saying your name right. When I was 250 pounds, walking was not my friend. The
Mm.
constant pounding hurt my knee and gave me plantar fasciitis. I had to
Oh,
buy a
yeah.
recumbent exercise bike. Wow. Wow.
Once you get that plantar fasciitis, then that can mess up your whole gait, can't it? Because you're trying not to stand on that foot that's just hurting so much, you end up messing the rest of your gait up.
Yeah, yeah. Coach says you want to be juicy. It wasn't juicy at all.
Coach, I'm sold. I want to be juicy in my old
Yes,
age.
yes, indeed. You gotta check out her channel. She's speaking.
Oh
Candy K
dear.
says on the way there to the farmers market now. Oh, okay. I'm back. Yes,
Auntie
Kenny
Mama,
said that's
now
funny.
I've got someone to talk to. You're not going to be able to get rid of me, honestly.
I'm back. Are you still here? Okay, Kenny K says no. We don't have to listen because we the mamas. Thank you, Kenny K. Thank you.
Shots fired, Coach.
She is Tamika. Tamika is in the building. Good
Tamika.
morning. She's lost a lot of weight too on the GLP-1.
She looks incredible.
She does.
Tamika looks insanely good.
Listen, I went back. I didn't comment on everything, but that's what I'll do. I'll go back and look at your videos, look at the oldest, the most popular. I'll go back and check it out and see what's going on. And she looks great.
And Tamika's rocking that shortcut as well, isn't she?
Yes, I love it.
So good.
I love her hair. I want to cut mine a little bit lower. I'm trying to hang on for dear life. Coach says consistent exercise will change your life. It isn't just about weight loss. That's true. That's true because listen, I know people who like you said, who can eat what they want. They don't gain weight, but they still have some chronic diseases.
Yes.
And it's like you would be surprised because they're not obese.
Exactly. Yeah. And those skinny fat people who can't move like some large women who are actually doing all the exercise.
Absolutely. She says skinny fat people. That's a new one. I have a recumbent bike in every house. Wow.
I'm moving in with Candy K. I want to go to the farmer's market. I want to go on this bike in every house.
I know, right? Stephanie said, no, we don't. Says, I'm not yelling at you. You know what? I said that because you remind me of my youngest daughter. you remind me of Shelly Fontaine. Those of you who might say she used to have a channel. I keep telling her to get back on, and she reminds me of her. Okay. Tamika says, thank you, ladies. Y'all cutting up early this morning. We are
loving it. Absolutely loving this.
Stephanie says, I'll see y'all at the track today at 11:30. Yeah, she goes live every Saturday. Stephanie does, and she's either exercising in the house or
on the track.
Yeah. We used to all like get together and exercise. I mean, you could still come up on her channel, anybody who wants to exercise. And the good thing about it is you don't have to do the same thing. You could do whatever exercise you want for however long, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. Some people are in the gym. Some people are on the track. Some people are, I've seen her daughter in the gym, and she's working out. I've been on there. That's probably the last workout I did, except for walking. I got up, and because it motivates you to get up. I mean, like I've sat there and seen people exercise. Like you need to get yourself up. Okay, let me see what else is in the chat, and then maybe we'll have one or two more questions. I'll let you go. I appreciate you for being here so much.
I say I am loving spending this time with you. You're so much fun. I was like, no, don't do an interview. I just want to chat.
What time is it over there?
It's now 3:40.
Oh, okay. So yeah, all these wonderful questions that ChatGPT gave me that I modified. And I sent them. I was like, I hope this doesn't scare you. So we answered that. You talked about, how you were doing on the medication. We answered, how do you think UK patients are doing, substantially better? We talked about how the diet and lifestyle habits in the UK differ, right? Because the access to the food is a little bit different.
Another
Um,
thing that they did a lot, they was really big on this, was the 5 a day. Did you ever get that over in the States where
what?
the government, the lots of adverts that were going on across the TV channels were about 5 a day, and they were including that in schools when we went to the doctors, and it was where you've got to eat 5 portions of fruit or veg a day. So
Wow.
now a lot of people, I mean, for me, I don't have fruit, but a lot of people, if they snack, they will have a banana or a pack of walnuts or some raisins or something, and they don't tend to go so much for the snacks. Now, I'm saying that knowing that we still are getting a lot of people on things like the protein bars and the protein shakes, but they don't instinctively go to those. They're going to them because they've probably seen a lot of other people on YouTube doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love watching you guys. The thing I love watching the most is the grocery haul shopping, and the ones where what you're cooking. That's why I came. That's how I found you, wasn't it, Kim?
Oh yeah, I think
Because I just
so.
love to see what you're cooking and what you're cooking with. Because it's just night and day. It's completely different to what we've got access to.
Oh wow. And when you say that, I just find that to be amazing. Like when you say access to, what exactly do you mean? Like the grocery store doesn't have it? That
I they've said the size of our sugary beverages aisle in the UK is probably a 20th the size of yours. That's me trying to do some maths.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
That's me trying to get
But
some maths in there, but it's nothing like. And so, even like the other day, I saw on Gray's and Teddy's, they had frozen edamames. I was like, I never heard of frozen edamame, or I say edamame.
I saw that.
I was like, damn, these are amazing. But wait, we don't have anything like that advertised. So someone has
Got
to
you.
point you in the direction of it first before
I
you
have
go
it in
and
my
find
freezer
it.
now, edamame.
Oh my god, oh my goodness, they're amazing, aren't they?
Yeah,
And
I
they're good
use them
for
to make
you.
bowls. Like a little like bowl. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I need to. Have you got that already on your channel? Are you making a bowl? I need to go and watch that.
My daughter makes it for me. She used to be my youngest daughter, my youngest biological daughter. She used to be my food coach. And she's really good. She used to be a vegetarian. She's really good at making tasty food because I'm not going to eat it if it doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, she's really good at that. So she makes these Asian type, Korean type bowls with rice, edamame, or broccoli, or some type of vegetable, smoked salmon. This,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, those little I forgot what they call them, the seaweed crisp.
Yes.
She puts some of those on the side. I'm gonna get her to make me one, and I'm gonna videotape it. I told her she
Please
doesn't
put it
have to
on.
show.
I'm writing down the ingredients, but no, show me on a video.
Yes, yes, I will definitely show you. Oh, this was the thing, and I think we might have addressed this, but what role does public health messaging, you just mentioned that, and media coverage play in shaping patient behavior in our country? So, like you said, nationally, they did this what you
Five a
call it?
day.
5 a day. I don't feel like, and those of you in the chat can definitely help correct me on this. I don't feel like the US promotes a lot of healthy eating as much as it promotes, regular eating or fast food eating because it's a sponsorship. So I don't think the government promotes or pays for advertisement as much as private companies or private restaurants like McDonald's and stuff like that, as much as they pay for ads. I mean, you take the Super Bowl, for example.
Oh,
Um, yeah, when the Super Bowl comes out, they pay millions and millions of dollars for 30-second ads. And those are like Pepsi,
Dunkin'
Doritos.
Donuts.
Yeah, yeah. They're paying
Yeah.
for that. And that's the power of that influence. Ooh, let
Well,
me get,
I remember it was I think it was the Soccer World Cup. Not this last one, but the one before when it was in Qatar. Am I saying that right? Qatar? I can't remember. Anyway,
Mm,
Ronaldo was being interviewed. You know, Ronaldo, the Portuguese football superstar. He was
okay.
being interviewed, and on all the interview places, they would have a bottle of Coke and a tin of Bud. And Ronaldo refused to be interviewed with those on there. It was like, no. He said,
Wow.
because an athlete. He says, I don't touch this stuff. So why is it sitting in front of me as if it's something that I drink? And
Mm-hmm.
he refused to have it on there.
Wow. And yeah, see, and that's how the US is. They're gonna promote, but it's all money based. Like Coach
Yeah.
said earlier, it's all money based because if you pay for that ad, then you're gonna then you get to advertise whatever you want, your product. And so it has nothing to do with our health or well being, you know.
And they, as you say, they're going for the biggest audience, aren't they?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Kendi K says exercise after a total knee replacement will ensure range of motion. My physical therapist is showing me how to exercise without pain. Okay. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I know a couple people have had it. Okay. She says, can I drop your link? Absolutely. Absolutely. She's Tamika says, wow, I didn't know the UK was so different from us. Yeah. Let's see. Kendi K says, Kim, I featured your channel last night during my live stream. Oh, thank you. Fabulous at 50. It was creator panel for grown folks. Oh my gosh. I gotta go
I
back and
love
look at
Candy
that.
K's creator panel stuff. I
I
think
do
I
too.
get some really good tips from there. That's why my subscribers are. I never wanted my subscribers to grow because I only thought I was doing a vlog. I keep getting told off for calling it a vlog, but I thought it was just something for me to see the difference in how it was. But now they're watching Kenny K's live streams and the creator content. I'm like, I need to make some changes. If I want to get monetized, I need to make
I
some changes.
I like her shop talk. I like her shop talk, her cooking. And I just think it's very good because it's a lot of boomers and whoever comes after boomers. I always get it mixed up, Gen X or whatever.
I think I'm the Gen X, aren't I?
Okay.
1976, I was born.
Yes, yes. And so I think more our you remember how we took over Facebook.
Mm.
Boomers and Gen X started taking over Facebook. Facebook was for the young people. And so they left. And so now boomers and Gen X are beginning, especially boomers, are beginning to take over YouTube. And so I think
Oh,
the information that she's providing, because when I first got on there, if it wasn't for my daughter, I mean, I had so many questions. When she was trying to tell me about ASMR, I was like, Esmir? What are you talking about? Like, she was like, no, it's an acronym. Like, what? ASMR, it makes no sense. So, but
everyone wants asthma.
right. I was like, this word doesn't have any vowels. What are you talking about, girl? She's like, mom.
Oh,
So yeah,
dear.
it's a world of its own. And now I'm obsessed. I hate to say,
I'm,
I'm
I'm now upset now for the coach is Gen X. I'm thinking I don't need to worry. She's so much younger than I am.
I'm just obsessed with YouTube now. It's my hobby and all of the above. Let's see. I just put your link in the chat. Alonda says, agreed. In class, we only discussed my plate for a few days, and that about it when it comes to nutrition. Yes. Okay. My plate, a few days. Yeah.
And is
You
that
know,
in
we,
school? Because
yeah,
there's a lot of she's a school teacher as
yeah,
well.
she is. She's a teacher also. Annette is speaking to, she is Tamika Kendi K. The U.S. promotes meds in response to poor health and eating bad. Yes, yes.
True.
It's the trick of the enemy. That's absolutely true. I
True.
mean, the Food and Drug Administration, that is they work together. That's what it's called, the Food and
Yeah.
Drug Administration. And so they work together to promote. Yeah, they're not two separate entities. So, and that's why I say, like,
Wow.
again, when I worked in, just for those couple of years in the hospital, it was, you could see that it was a money maker, period, and point blank. And it's so different.
Well, in
Uh,
the UK, we've I think obesity is like the in the top three now, killers. Especially people in their 40s and 50s. I think people should
wow.
be dying in the 40s and 50s from obesity.
No.
It's the top
Mm-mm.
three, and we're spending 11 billion a year just on obesity, and that's with the NHS, the
Wow.
the so that people that need like a knee operation,
Hmm.
they can't get it because so much money is being spent on obesity, and that's why they've started putting the medication as part of our treatment.
Hmm.
They're now, but I think they said in the next 3 years, something like 220,000 people will be able to access it. People have got obesity.
Wow. Wow. And you know, the thing that kind of bothers me is that, obesity, before it was, classified as that, especially as a culture, we've always been healthy or bigger, so to speak. So I really attribute a lot of it to the food, how the food has changed.
Yes, 100%. And what they, I mean, that high fructose corn syrup, it's poison. It's not poison,
Yes.
obviously. It tastes amazing, but it's worse than heroin.
Yeah, it is. Now that's the truth. It is. Sugar is more addictive than, like you say, heroin, cocaine. It is so addictive.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And so, yeah, there's your link. Let me go back up here. If you guys want to connect, please do.
And the
That shows
reason
it.
why it's that is because for me, the sleep was so much more important than slimming down. Because as I say,
Mm,
I was not sleeping. I was 600 times a night. I would stop breathing in the night, and my heart would
ooh,
stop beating for 4 seconds in the night.
wow.
So as you say, to get that sleep was the most important thing.
Wow. That's big. That's major. Yeah, coach says it's a scam. Kendi K says we're taking over. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the medical field is a scam. Let's see. Ms. V says yes, it's a moneymaker. Yes, she's been in healthcare for almost 30 years. She's currently in healthcare now, and it's a scam.
Keep people
It's
sick. Keep people sick.
Yeah, it is. That's what it's all about. So I think we've done most of the questions. Is there anything that you want to tell us in the US, as far as the GLP-1 or the weight loss community, or anything comparatively that you want to say before?
I don't think I want to tell you anything because that I love watching and learning from each other. So I don't think I want to tell. I think what I'm loving is I'm loving channels like yours where you're doing recipes that are finding a lower way of hitting those sweet spots. And I'll just say, try some savory stuff in there. Throw more savory stuff in.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
honestly, the other day I had four flank steaks. You know the steaks that you put into a fajita
Mm-hmm.
for a family of six.
Okay.
I had that with some green beans and some green beans and some green peppers roasted up. It's
Mm.
delicious. I say, and I'm still losing weight. So
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
all I say, try and put some more savory stuff on there because the savory stuff is good. Honestly, I can't wait to see your daughter's interpretation of the bowls.
Yes, yes, I'm gonna get her. Hey, Edna's World. Edna is in the building. She's also on a GLP-1.
I
That's
just
my
say,
when I
she's
Yes,
tropical, isn't she? She's on a holiday.
yes. What I was about to say, when I grow up, I want to be like Edna. Like, I thought I was the cruise queen, but honey, Edna, she takes a cruise all the time.
Right, I am
That is,
following
I was
Edna.
like, yes, she is wonderful. But yeah, so. What's one thing I was gonna say? I forgot. It slipped my mind. But yeah, I appreciate you so much. I have had so much fun on here.
I have. I really have. I've
And
laughed hard.
yes,
I
you
think
were
I'm going to need to
definitely.
go and lie down after laughing with you guys. You've been so much fun.
And so are you. I appreciate you for coming on. We definitely I have to get together again. If it's on your channel or anybody else. I appreciate it. And I feel like I've learned something from the differences. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
definitely.
Um, yeah.
And I think
Oh,
as well, you've got to get Audrey and Annette, and you've got to get Alanda on. You've got to get those
yes.
interviews.
Yes, yes. See, this is the look at Edna. She's like, yes,
Finish it.
cruising to Greece. My best friend and I, my best friend is in New York. She's a nurse. And the reason why we're best friends is because we can say anything to each other.
Love
It's
that.
that girlfriend, that you can just say anything to. You can just be yourself. And so Edna's cruising to Greece in 3 weeks. I hope I can stay on my diet. LOL. This is the nice friend. This is the YouTube friend. That is so wonderful. That
That
is
is
great.
brilliant.
But if you were my best friend, I'd be like, I can't stand you right now. You about to go to Greece and you didn't tell me? Like what? You didn't tell? You didn't give me time to save to do anything? But no, she's my YouTube friend. So Edna, that is wonderful. I'm so happy for
Oh,
you.
brilliant. Oh, brilliant. I love that. Yeah, and the food in Greece is amazing, Edna. You don't need to worry about your diet. It's all
No,
it's
you
all
don't.
good stuff.
Honey, I
All the
wouldn't.
good stuff.
I didn't worry about. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. Not at all. Miss V says a great life. Miss V, are you about to go live? Because I know you were going live Easter Central Standard Time at 10.
Oh,
And
right.
yeah, but are you about to go live? Anybody about to go live? Is Stephanie still live? I'm about to go over there.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Oh, listen, you do the same. Enjoy, yes, enjoy your trip, Edna. Have fun.
Yeah.
Have
Have
fun.
a great time.
I know you will. Oh my gosh. Kitty K said, thanks for the frank, informative, and delightful discussion. Now, something
I
you
love
listen.
that. I love that.
Baby boomers, listen. Listen, we have got to try our best. That's why I love Miss V. I try my best to hold my tongue because you got to be careful when you talk to the young folks today. Not so much Gen X, but these young people, they can't take anything. You know what I mean? They just can't. They can't take it. But yeah, not Gen
I
X.
know, I know.
But let's see. Great life.
Oh, you
Oh,
too. You too.
yes, yes,
I'm signing up to all of the channels that I'm not already signed up to, and I'm going to
yes,
watch Miss V make that DIY moisturizer next.
yes. Did she say that? Oh, she said no. She's making DIY moisturizer. I missed that. Yes. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna get on out the way. Yes, okay, I did that one. If we all ate Greek, that's true, Kendy K. That Mediterranean
Yes,
diet is the real deal. Yes,
true. So
yes.
true.
I mean, if you look at different cultures, you can tell. Like you said, that Greek Mediterranean, there are not a lot of obese people, and there are not a lot of obese Asians. And they eat rice all the time. So, it's something to be said.
They're suffering though when they come to the cultures where the food's just an abundance,
Yeah.
because the suddenly, especially the high fructose corn syrup, that's why a lot of Asians are getting the type 2 diabetes really
Really?
young.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
really, really young. When we had the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
it was really hitting. They've found the big ethnic disparities,
Mm.
because the young Southeast Asian men were the ones that were dying so much more in a high percentage than the rest, because
Yeah.
they'd already been getting the type 2 diabetes without actually knowing they'd got it.
I didn't know that. Yeah, there's a documentary out about high fructose corn syrup. I watched it. I don't remember what it was, but it was on Netflix. But they talked about like when it first came out, and yeah, it was something. Had something to do with the people being small, like really small in the 50s, and they needed, their weight wise.
Yes, after the
Yeah.
rationing after the war.
Yes, yes, that's exactly what he was talking about. So that's when they introduced like the TV dinners and stuff like that, and they start putting the high fructose corn syrup, like you said, in there to beef people up a little bit. But
And then you
yeah,
wonder why we're getting bigger. This is it. There's no wonder to it.
oh
It's
yeah,
that stuff.
oh yeah. Listen, we haven't even hit on the hormones. The hormones
Mm.
in the meat. We didn't even touch
Mm.
that. The hormones, that is such another conversation, another story, because when you put those hormones in that meat and people start eating it affects their size, it affects their personality, it affects all of it. I only have one grandchild, a grandson. Thank God my daughter was a vegetarian. She didn't stop him from eating meat, but
Ah,
she was a vegetarian. And I even told her, I was like, look, she thought I was crazy. I was like, look, do not give my grandson chicken. If you do, make sure it's organic. Don't give him this store-bought refrigerator because it has too many hormones in it. And those hormones are going to affect him. Read
yeah,
between the lines. They're going
changing
to
the whole
affect,
body, isn't it?
yes, he's not supposed to have that much estrogen. It's going to affect him. So please don't give him that.
Wow.
And so, but like I said, she was a vegetarian anyway. So, but yeah, that's a whole nother story.
We're going to have to come back on for that one.
I have enjoyed talking to you so much. I enjoyed everyone in the chat. I appreciate y'all for coming in, tuning
Thank
in.
you.
And
Thank you. And
those,
thank you for inviting me. Honestly,
oh,
I've absolutely loved it. Really
oh,
loved it.
listen, anytime we want to get together and chat, if you want to come in, we'll put the link up. I told Miss V, I was like, we need a podcast. Like her and Stephanie and I, we were all talking, we used to, talk afterwards after we would exercise, but like, you need a podcast with like a couple of boomers and a couple of Gen X's, to balance everything out.
Me and Coach.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy your weekend. You have a great day.
You have a great day.
And I will definitely see you in the YouTube streams. Let me get these last few questions. What's the health documentary on Netflix? It's so good. Oh, what the
What
health?
the
She
hell?
gave it to us, Tamika.
Ah,
Yes. I used to be plant-based for 4 years. Yes. What the health?
I'll go
Absolutely.
check that one out.
Yes. Yes, and there is a community. I think they were Seventh-day Adventists. I don't know if that's the same one that they did an experiment, and were just eating healthy and growing their own foods. That's the problem with being a teacher. You're just a wealth of information, but we also make the worst students. By the way, have a great rest of your week. Have a great rest of your day, ladies. We do, ex-coach. Really enjoyed the live, and everybody here, be blessed. Yes,
You too,
absolutely.
Auntie Mama.
Coach says yes. Yes, watch What the Health. Thank you. Yes. Thank you guys so much. Y'all be blessed. Low carb journey, low carb life with your low carb queen. And remember, every day is a new beginning. What do you say? Do you have a saying at the beginning or end of your
Okay,
videos?
sleep well, slim down, and I'll see you next time.
Yes. All right. Bye bye.